It's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine to go on YouTube and just surf desk setups that are way beyond anything that I can afford. But I've always refrained from making a video like that myself because I don't have all the fancy tech and equipment. But as a student who doesn't just have a bunch of money to burn, I've had to be more selective and smart about the way I build my desk setup. And in the past, I've never had a desk that I'm super proud of, but over the past couple of years, I've been able to find some good deals to get a really cool setup without spending a ton of money. And now especially, I think there's a lot of people like me who want to be able to get a cool desk setup but don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on it. So as a student, this is what my desk setup looks like. I had this L-shaped desk off of Amazon, and I really just got the most affordable one I could find that still had good reviews. I wanted to get an L-shaped desk for a couple of reasons. First of all, just for the size. I find it really frustrating when my desk isn't big enough to work on and also just have things sitting around on it. But for some reason, when you're shopping for a desk, a ton of them are just way too small, and I don't get it. And the second reason I wanted the L-shaped desk was so I could set up the two different sides for different things. One side I keep as my main computer workstation, and the other side I try to keep really open for other side projects that I'm doing. This is where I do any projects that are like hands-on physical things, and that's also where I leave my C-SAN set up so I can do any top-down videos that I want to make. And I really like the L-shaped desk for having the room to do all of that. Even though I got a more inexpensive desk, this thing is really flat and super sturdy. I've never been worried about setting anything on it. The one caveat I've found to getting a cheaper desk like this is that it doesn't come with any storage. Storage under the desk is super valuable for things that you use every once in a while, but not all the time, so you don't want to leave them all out on the desk. And budget desks usually don't have storage, so that's something to think about. Okay, onto the computer. This entire setup runs off my M2 MacBook Pro. When you're on a budget, it can be kind of crazy to have a laptop and a PC. Unless you count my homemade PC I made a few videos ago, but that one was free, that doesn't count. So it's nice to have a setup where I can just dock my laptop and have all the features of a PC without needing a whole nother computer. And it's all plugged in through one cord, so if it's time to go to class or I want to take my laptop somewhere else to work, it's super easy. Okay, onto the monitor. I don't know exactly what model this is, so if I figure it out, I'll put the text on the screen somewhere, but it's a 29-inch LG ultra-wide. I originally wanted to get two monitors, but by having an ultra-wide, it's kind of like having two monitors together without having to spend the money for two separate screens. This is one of LG's more inexpensive models, which means in exchange for size, you sacrifice some resolution and screen quality. So it's just 1080p and it's not super color accurate, which can be kind of important for editing photos and videos. So I have this kind of two-screen setup where I have the main monitor and then I leave the laptop open as a second monitor. This works really well for me because by leaving the laptop open, I get access to the Touch ID and the MacBook keyboard, and also if I'm doing any work that requires more color accuracy, I can move it over to the higher quality MacBook screen and work on it from there. And then this 2-in-1 laptop and monitor arm from Subtech is super helpful because it holds up both of my screens while keeping the desk clear for other things. This is one of the more affordable monitor arms I could find on Amazon, and I'm kind of maxing out its weight with this giant screen, but so far this thing has been super sturdy and I think it's a ton of value for the money. I'm able to run everything through my laptop by using this CalDigit Soho dock. This is one of the most clean and functional docking stations I could find, especially at this price range. With this thing, I'm able to plug in USB-A, USB-C, an SD card, a micro SD card, power, and HDMI, and that all connects to my computer through one cable. And I've been pretty happy with it, but I have had some problems with the HDMI port. Sometimes my monitor doesn't get a clear signal and it'll glitch out a little bit, so I'll just have to unplug and replug the HDMI port. That always seems to fix it. It's a relatively small issue, but that has been pretty annoying. My keyboard is the old AA powered Apple keyboard. This is probably the oldest thing on my desk, but I got it from a friend for free like years ago, and it's never had any problems. It's served me well this far, and for having a free keyboard, I don't mind buying a couple AA's every year. Next to that, I have the Logitech MX Master 2 mouse. So I spent a little more money on a nice mouse for the button functionality, but I can say after a couple years of using it, I can hardly edit without it. The extra buttons are super helpful for using Adobe programs, and they make me way faster. So this one was definitely a worthwhile purchase for me. I did go with the MX Master 2 instead of the MX Master 3 because I was able to get it for a lot cheaper, and it doesn't miss out on that many features. I have this giant mouse pad from HyperX that goes across the entire desk. This was another one that I didn't buy. I got this from my brother's old desk, but at this point I kind of love the giant mouse pad and I don't think I can go back to a regular one. Off on the side of the desk, I have a Blue Yeti microphone that I use for all of my audio recording. It has a pop filter on it and a mic arm. Both are just the cheapest ones I could find on Amazon. I've had to make some small personal adjustments to the arm so that it doesn't make quite as much noise with the springs. But besides that, for the amount of money I spent on these have been super helpful. So that covers everything that goes into the computer setup of the desk, and I'll quickly go over all the other accessories that I have. I have a couple cable organizers that hang underneath the desk that I got from Amazon. These were super affordable and they keep me from having a massive mess underneath the desk. They also came with these little adhesive cable organizers. which isn't really what I got them for, but now that I have them, they're pretty useful. The lamps on either side of the desk are actually super important for me for making YouTube videos because I use them to light practically every shot I do, including this one. One of them I think I got from Target a long time ago, and the other one I found on the side of the road. There's my Fejka. They're just the little fake IKEA plants. I don't know, I just find the name really funny. They were $5. They sit on my desk at all times. They're great for making thumbnails for YouTube videos, and they never die, so pretty great. And I have my Amazon Echo Dot that sits on the desk. Great for controlling the lights, all the smart home things. It doesn't control anything on the desk. This isn't a smart desk. Wait a minute. Actually, it does. It can control the LED strip that's on the back of the desk. I love having the LED strip to control the mood of the room, and the back glow just always looks cool. It's also just a great light to have at night because it's not super direct, but it still helps me see. And with that, that is everything that I currently have on my desk. Somewhere on the screen, I'll put up the total cost I spent for everything on the desk. But I think this is a good example of a pretty nice desk that you can make without spending a ton of money on all the most expensive equipment. My best advice if you're trying to build a desk like this on a budget is to keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace and talk with your friends and family and get whatever you can for free. Like I mentioned before, a bunch of the stuff on this desk I got for free either because someone was just getting rid of it or a friend was giving it away. Hand-me-downs aren't going to be the most fancy equipment, but it allows you to save money that you can put towards better stuff in the future. Okay, I hope I did the desk tour video justice. If you have any great budget desk suggestions of your own, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Okay, I think that's all I've got for this video. See you in the next one. Have a good day.